Hey everyone, today I want to tell you about the representation of geek culture in the mainstream and alternative media, how people view it and how the media views it. Ever since the first computer up to the behemoths we have now, there's always been the geek. A geek is an individual that is very interested in computers, games, TV, and usually are very knowledgeable about it. When it comes to the media and how they represent geek culture, it's usually negative. The first example here is from the very famous TV show The Big Bang Theory.
This pretty cool Aquaman statue.
Aquaman? This isn't a gag gift, Stuart.
Yeah, just as well. It's a pretty rare piece. I'd rather just sell it to a real collector.
I'm a real collector. How rare is it?
Oh, I shouldn't even have mentioned it. How about a Batman squirt gun?
Don't try and trick me into buying something I don't want. Now let's talk Aquaman. $1,200, that's my final offer.
All right, Sheldon, you win. I'm sure Leonard is gonna love this.
Oh, right, a present for Leonard. You better throw in that squirt gun.
Yeah, I don't know. This squirt gun, it's pretty rare.
Ooh.
.23 in the East. And new this morning, U.S. government websites now back online after facing a major attack from online activist group Anonymous. Anonymous lashed out after the Department of Justice busted the downloading site Mega Upload. Authorities arrested 4 people, including the site's founder. Anonymous retaliated by shutting down the DOJ and FBI websites, as well as sites for several major entertainment companies. And here with the latest is Amber Lyon. She spoke exclusively with members of Anonymous. What did they tell you?
Well, they said that yesterday the shutdown of megaupload.com was really the straw that broke the camel's back. We've seen Anonymous protesting anti-piracy legislation all week, legislation such as SOPA. They say after this website was shut down, almost immediately, Anon started gathering in online chat rooms discussing what they were going to do, and they began what's known as a distributed denial of service attack against these U.S. government websites. That's a type of attack where so many computers flood a website with so much traffic that it causes it to shut down. I spoke exclusively with some of these Anons who were watching this operation. They called it, it was called Op Mega Upload. They were watching that very closely, and here's what they had to say. So Anonymous sees the shutdown of Mega Upload as a type of internet censorship?
Exactly. It's a violation of freedom of speech, and it's Anonymous and a lot of other movements regard the internet as sort of independent from any government, and they regard a government interfering in the free flow of the internet as stepping outside of their jurisdiction.
How long did it take for the Department of Justice's website to go down?
I would give it 7 or 8 minutes, not even.
7 or 8 minutes?
I say 7 minutes.
What was the thoughts within Anonymous that it was that easy to take down the Department of Justice's website?
With enough power and with enough manpower, you can take down really much anything.
It's basically the power of an absolutely massive group of people coming together. They're not happy. And this wouldn't be possible with 1 or 2 people. You know, it's one of those things which is very genuinely an expression of how many people are angry.
And those Anons were covering up their faces because they wanted to conceal their identities, obviously, there. On the other side of things, the Department of Justice says that this site was allowing the illegal upload of copyrighted material, costing the industry somewhere near $500 million a year. But you talk to Anons, the other side, they believe that this was some type of internet censorship. Zoraida?
That they have that kind of collective effort that they can do this. A Twitter account that's affiliated with the group said that FBI.gov is next to go down. Did they talk about that? What was next?
Well, they were able to take down FBI.gov for a brief period of time yesterday, and there's still traffic going online saying that Anons are targeting more websites today. We'll be monitoring that all day on CNN.
All right, Amber Lyon, thank you so much.
Battleborn reveal, Sony losses, a wired Xbox One controller, and today is Comic Book Day. I'm Dodger, and this is the Daily Bite, your bite-sized news for all things nerdy. After the reveal trailer for Gearbox's newest IP, many people came away with the feeling that their newest game would be a MOBA. Well, today Gearbox revealed that yes, it is, sorta. At several press events around the country, Gearbox showcased their newest game with gameplay sequences of the competitive mode, which looks an awful lot like a first-person shooter MOBA, and then their cooperative story mode, which looks an awful lot like a 5-person Borderlands. The game at launch will reportedly have 20 characters from various factions. Like a MOBA, at the start of each match, each character will start at level 0 and then level up, gaining new skills. The game also appears to feature a loot system with rare and epic drops for each character to show off achievements within the game that you can, of course, carry over between matches. No word yet on when Battleborn will be ready, but if you want to learn more about it, check out Matt's interview with the creative director and lead writer in the link below. Sony has been saying to investors all year that they should expect a loss from the electronics giant, but up until now, the full scale of the losses wasn't really known, and it's bad. It's real bad. According to their own calculations, the makers of the PS4 are set to have a net loss of around $2.14 billion, which is about 4 times more than their initial estimate of $466 million. This loss forecast marks the 6th time Chief Executive Kaz Hirai has had to explain to investors that Sony's results are worse than expected. It is also the first time in the corporation's history that it has not paid an annual dividend to investors. Fortunately for gamers, the PlayStation division is not the culprit for the massive losses, but rather Sony's smartphone division, because Sony still makes phones. Okay, so maybe you didn't add in the wireless drivers to allow you to connect your Xbox One controller to your Windows 7 or 8 PC. Well, now Microsoft has you covered, as they have revealed their plans to release a wired controller for that purpose. The new controller set looks to be identical to the one that comes with the Xbox One and includes a battery pack along with a USB wire for connecting it to PC. The controller can also be used to connect to your Xbox One, both in a wired and wireless fashion. And while this is nice and all, one has to wonder why Microsoft has been holding off on adding a wireless headset into the mix. I'm all tangled up on my couch, bro. I don't need more wires. Help me out a little.